A very early good morning from Austin. We're going from this AUS to a very different kind of AUS. This is Noah Phillips.
And you're watching The Phil Show.
I'd much rather be in the Delta Sky Club. This is an old Admirals Club, but we'll take what we can get.
The lady at the front desk is really nice.
Morning.
But the food is comparable to a free breakfast at our roadside motel.
Not much going on up there, but it's a dimly lit space to sit. Stopped to pick up a souvenir for the friends visiting, which means I missed the beginning of boarding, which means there's a big crowd, and that means I get to walk past the whole crowd now. Never mind, there's no crowd. I missed the whole thing, so now I'm the last one on the plane. That's a waste.
Here we have a pretty standard first class recliner with plenty of room, and once I'd finished putting mine together, I sat down in it. The first class pre-departure beverage made it very easy for me to do my favorite anti-jet lag tip: hydrate.
Electronic devices are put away and your tray table is stowed.
Now let's take a moment to watch this totally real footage of my plane taking off and the beautiful view from inside the cabin of sunrise. We hit 10,000 feet, and you know what that means. It's time to let everyone know I work in consulting by getting out my laptop and doing some clickety-clacking. I used the 20 minutes of complimentary fast Wi-Fi to type until my fingers got tired and I needed a hot towel. There are no TVs in flight, but there is this device holder if you'd rather watch something than contribute to society. And there's a USB Type A plug, so you can keep one device somewhat charged. I used the small tray table to pay some parking tickets I'd recently accumulated, and then I unfolded the big tray table for this breakfast, which was surprisingly pretty edible. I was able to recline the seat really far for about 2 minutes, and then I had to put it back up again because we were landing in beautiful, sunny Los Angeles, California. If there's one thing you should know about me, it's that I love watching these big, beautiful planes at LAX. Shout out to Airline Videos Live. Anyway, it's time to say goodbye to this recliner.
Although I did not take advantage of the early boarding group, I did take advantage of the fact that you can be among the first off the plane, which is huge. That's one of my favorite parts about first and business class.
Alright LAX, let's put our long layover to good use and start some lounge hopping activities. This laminated piece of black paper means I get to go through about 12 more sliding doors into the lounge within a lounge. This is the Flagship Lounge, and it is just about as good as it gets when it comes to American Airlines lounges. I took a couple of scouting laps around the lounge to scope out the impressive selection of food and beverage, before settling into one of the desks with outlets and doing some more consulting. I had a quick bite of pasta, a quick brewski for lunch, a quick gander at the planes. I tripped on the moving walkway which did not move, and I headed over to lounge number 2, the Qantas Lounge. Now I can't quite explain it, but the beauty of the design of this lounge made all my troubles melt away. Just look at how gorgeous it is. So what I do? I left, and I went to a different lounge. Amex, I love you because you pioneered what a modern lounge could be, but you're past your heyday. Every seat in this lounge was taken, and the food was mediocre at best. The only cool thing about the LAX Centurion is these sweeping windows that go high up next to the bar. So I hightailed it back to the Flagship Lounge at American Airlines for a shower. I'm squeaky clean, and this is one of the best airport showers I've ever had. Tons of storage space, great water pressure, and a nice backsplash, and a Dyson hairdryer that women and discerning long-haired gentlemen everywhere will really appreciate. And down this hallway of Hollywood history is the Flagship First fine dining restaurant, available exclusively to Flagship First class customers. Today I'm in Flagship business, so it's back to the buffet for me.
There it is. There's my plane. American Airlines 777. I haven't flown an American international flight in like 2 years, so excited to see what they got going on.
So I headed back to the Qantas Lounge for the last bit of the layover, and the food that they have there is decent. It's just not quite as good in my opinion as the Flagship one. I poured myself a glass of wine, and I waited.
Gonna just reiterate here, get your food and bev at the American Airlines Flagship Lounge if you have access, and then book it over to the Qantas Lounge to chill. Cheers. What's up with all these luxury stores? I don't want a Gucci bag or an Hermes scarf or a Moncler jacket. I want gummy worms. Where can I get gummy worms?
Good news, I found gummy worms. Bad news, they were priced like a Gucci bag, so I left.
One of the many reasons I love airports is that you could come here at like 1 in the morning and there's still gonna be just like hundreds of people from all over just hanging out. All right, there she is. We're going to Sydney. Let's get on her. 15 hours on that thing.
Sometimes in my head, business class is this very exclusive experience that doesn't involve any lines, but then you realize that a plane like this has 52 business class seats. So not having to wait in line might be one of the few things that would make first class worth splurging for, if it's worth a few grand to you.
Not bad, here we are. American Airlines 777-300 business class to Sydney.
This particular plane is 11 years old, and it features a variant of the Safran Cirrus 2 business class seat if you're curious. The Cirrus is one of the most common business class seats in use today, but it's quickly falling out of favor due to new designs featuring doors and other fancy finishes. This version comes piled high with a Casper mattress topper, a substantial pillow, and a warm blanket. The seat is showing signs of its age, but I think what it lacks in flashiness, it compensates for in other ways. If there's one thing you should know about me, it's that I highly value storage space in an airplane seat. This seat has ample storage to house the bedding, the Shinola amenity kit, the complimentary water bottle, the noise-canceling Bang & Olufsen headphones, my electronic devices, slippers, my backpack, my shoes, and there was even space left over for a Gucci bag, an Hermes scarf, a Moncler jacket, and gummy worms if you have the income to be able to afford those kinds of things. The PDB, that stands for pre-departure beverage, is either Prosecco or orange juice served in plastic stemware. The orange juice is from concentrate.
That's fine.
Above the universal AC outlet and next to the seat controls is a remote which controls the flip-out 15.4-inch IFE touchscreen. And overhead, a surprisingly rare luxury, individual air vents. American distributes pajamas on select ultra-long haul routes. They're nothing super fancy, but they fit comfortably, and fortunately, I look good in pretty much any outfit. Alright, let's look at the menu here. Pause. Computer. Enhance. I got in trouble for one of my last videos for not giving a clear enough look at the menu, so soak it in and get a good look at the wine list as well, if you know what any of that stuff means. Okay, so now that we've looked at the menu and wine list and we've approved what's on board, we tell the flight attendant, who then tells the pilot that they're good to take off. Finish the sentence. American Airlines wouldn't be American Airlines without... That's right, a credit card pitch. And even in business class, you're not exempt from this credit card pitch. Although I can't complain too much because that credit card did help me book this flight. Now let's see if the menu options look as good on the plate as they did on paper. We're off to a very strong start with this pretzel bun, which elevates any meal, I think. From there, unfortunately, it is all downhill. I've had better meals on narrow-body, business class, short-haul flights inside Europe, like Lufthansa, for example. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Supposedly it's beef and some form of potato, but it does not look or taste like either of those things. With that chapter behind us, the Sundae almost makes me forgive all of it. Now, you don't have to take my word on the food. I'm no culinary expert. I haven't spent much time fine dining, but what I am an expert on is sleep. And I must say, this is quite a nice bed. There's plenty of space, and the bedding they give you is ample. From the mattress pad, to the thick, warm blanket, to the big pillow. I really am a big fan of this bed. I will flag here another difference between business class and first class in general, is that in general in first class, someone will stop you if they even see you touch your bedding and come and make your bed for you while you stand there looking useless. And in business class, you gotta roll up your sleeves and do the hard work of turning your seat into a lie flat bed all by yourself. I decided to go for a little walk around the cabin at this point to go see what offerings were on tap at the snack bar, which is kind of an anytime, all you can eat, grab what you want snack bar. The options were not much better than what was plated at dinner. The drinks are free though, and it's difficult to mess up a single malt scotch on the rocks, so that was my bedtime drink. The movie selection is pretty good, and the headphones they provide, I think, are some of the best in the whole airline industry, except the problem that they collect them 20 minutes before landing. FYI, the plug does not go on that little 3-hole plug on the outside of the seat, it goes on the inside. Ask me how I know. Now for a Noel Phillips inspired loo review, the business class bathrooms are spacious and they have nicer finishes, but they weren't kept super clean throughout the flight, to be completely honest. There's the economy bathroom, which looks like an economy bathroom. Alright, well, all that reviewing made me quite tired, so if it's alright with you, I think I will get some shut-eye. For as long of a flight as this is, it's pretty incredible how little of it is over land. It's about 10 seconds on the California side and then another 10 seconds on the Australia side. Other than that, pure Pacific, baby. Well, I slept like a baby, a good baby, not one who cries all the time, for about 6 hours, and woke up to a very mediocre breakfast and a fun Australian customs video. Crikey, don't bring in any koala predators or American bees, or you'll be sorry. The amenity kit pen always comes in handy for customs forms, and after I finished filling that out, I worked very hard to prepare the seat for landing. Most of that time was spent trying to get the armrest down. I just want to take another moment to express my appreciation for all the storage space this seat has. It made all the difference in the world. A very special feeling here captured, ladies and gentlemen, as you experience with me my first glimpse ever of the Australian coast. I thought it was very kind of the flight crew to let me fly my drone outside the plane while we were landing to get this amazing shot.
Thank you.
Can't wait to be with us. Come back soon.
Alright, so this is Sydney. I'm going to give you a rundown of my thoughts on the flight in the Arrivals Lounge, where I will take a shower.
You book for hourly, not.
Okay, that lounge looked really nice, but it kind of sucked. There wasn't any food and you had to pay $30 extra for a shower. So, anyways, the hard product, the seat looks old, but it's one of the nicest I've ever had, like with all the storage and space in the bed. The service was great and the food was just not good. So there you have it.